Young world, I'll be damned if I'm not about to sit here and read to you an article saying that Netflix loses motion to have the Monique lawsuit thrown out completely. Netflix loses move to ask Monique's sex and racial discrimination suit over comedy special pay update. It says subscribers and revenue may be up for Netflix, but a federal judge has denied the streamer's second motion to throw out Monique's racial and gender biased lawsuit against the now Ted Sarandos co-CEO'd company. The comic and Precious Oscar winner, real name Monique Hicks, says the $500,000 she was first offered by Netflix in 2017 for a stand-up special was not just an insult, but illegal. Her gender and racial discrimination filing of last November over pay and for potential comedy special cites the tens of millions reportedly paid to the likes of Amy Schumer, Ricky Gervais, Ellen DeGeneres, Dave Chappelle, and others for their Netflix special. The 2019 suit also alleges that Netflix's treatment of Monique began with a discriminatory lowball offer and ended with a blacklisting act of retaliation. In rejecting the streamer's motion to dismiss, Judge Andre Boretti Jr. said yesterday, Monique plausibly alleges that after she spoke out and called her initial offer discriminatory, Netflix retaliated against her by shutting down its standard practice of negotiating in good faith that typically results in increased monetary compensation beyond the opening offer and denying her increased compensation as a result. While Netflix argues that the novelty of Monique's claim and the absence of on-point legal authority for it should bar her retaliation claims outright, the court disagrees. Last month, lawyers for both sides argued the motion in a COVID-19 induced telephone hearing before Judge Barrett. Read further details below of this case that clearly isn't going away from Netflix unless they settle. And it says read lower about the other stuff, but we already know what's going on, so I don't got to sit here and read the lower stuff. But if you remember, the offer was for $500,000, and it included that she couldn't get any money anywhere else for 2 years after that, which is bogus as hell if you ask me. I don't know how much money Monique is worth. I don't know how her pockets look lately or if she's hurting or not or down and out or whatever the case may be, but she has earned her spot in entertainment to be getting offered more than $500,000, especially when people like Amy Schumer, not just Amy Schumer, Ricky, everybody, even Dave Chappelle, all of them, they getting offered 10, 15, $20 million. Monique's worth at least a few billion, you know what I'm saying, from the door, even though she ain't really been out here lately doing major stand up just for her rap, her, you know what I'm saying, her sheet, her background, and her, what the hell's the word I'm thinking about, just for her resume, you know what I'm saying, she deserves a couple M's just for her resume. They talking about 500,000 and no stand up for 2 years. I'm not sure if that includes any type of royalties or any kind of stock or whatever on the original 500,000 or the original stand up. But they damn sure would be out there cotton picking mine if they was only offering Monique 500,000 and no more money she can't get nowhere else for 2 years. That's just a straight up insult. So I would imagine that there has to be more to the contract than just that. I would hope, because god damn it, if there wasn't, that's just messed up. But it's interesting because if Monique really wins this lawsuit, like I said on this article just now, it looked like this ain't gonna go away from Netflix unless they end up settling. And if they got to end up settling, best believe that's gonna be a heavy check. We talking probably 30, 40, $50 million. At least 20, you know what I'm saying? And they probably settle for something, you know, like Monique and them probably gonna ask for like 100 million, 50 million. They probably settle for like 17, 15 or something like that. Just especially at a time like now, the last thing you want to be on the wrong side of is some racial discrimination type of thing. So, and it's gonna be funny because a lot of people was up against Monique when this first happened. They was saying she was bitter and complaining and just on some old crybaby stuff because she wasn't getting enough. She ain't worth that much. How dare you come out here with your black ass asking for all this damn money and da da da, is what a lot of people was actually out here saying. It's gonna be funny if the tables turn and she really wins major money, because and this is what needs to happen, because when you think about it, at the end of the day, it was an insult to her. It was an insult with how the Netflix came at her. But stuff like that has become so normal, and we help normalize stuff like that by just being negative and trolling and just keep it moving and put our little 2 cents and keep going. And that's the kind of stuff that allows that type of behavior to keep thriving and to keep building up and to keep being the way it is, because we're just so dismissive. The minute we think that somebody's being bitter or being whatever, anything we don't like, we just call it a word and keep it moving instead of just actually sitting there and thinking about it. This woman was done, she really was done dirty when you think about it. Amy Schumer getting 15 million and Monique getting 500,000, like that does sound ridiculous when you think about it, for real. So it's gonna be a sight to see when the tables turn. I mean, she walk away with major money, and who knows what else out of this. You know what I'm saying? Against all the people that was coming at her, trying to clown her, talking all type of junk to her. Some time to see the underdog win, because this is it is wrong for them to offer that woman $500,000.